Hey everybody, welcome back to the Privacy Guy. Today I want to talk about search engines, something that I heard someone talking to me about that was kind of frustrating and I think is something that often gets overlooked in the privacy and internet search industries. And basically what that is I was talking to a friend and they're learning about different cybersecurity threats and maybe just going through the training at their job as far as what you need to avoid when it comes to phishing and different data security threats that you might come across when using the internet for work on their computer. And basically what my friend was explaining is that you got to watch out for these malware search engines because they're disguised as a search engine, and then you search for something on there, and these search engines are just like sucking up all your data while you use their search engine, and you think it's just a search engine, but it's actually just a data collection site. And what I thought was really ironic about this is that there are cybersecurity experts out there. There are enterprise level cybersecurity trainings that are saying that you really need to watch out for these malware search engines that are collecting all of your information and then maybe selling it to third parties or using it in some sort of sketchy way to compromise your privacy, to compromise your data for their own benefit. And yeah, that's a definite threat, but think about the billions of users, billions of people that use Google every day. And Google basically does the same thing as these malware engines. It's just that Google is a trusted name in the internet space. So people think, well, it's just Google, so they can't do anything too sketchy because, they have this brand reputation or whatever. But at the end of the day, Google is probably collecting way more information about you than, some search engine that just uses your search terms to sell information to advertisers or whatever it may be. So I think we need to kind of reframe the discussion around certain threats to our privacy on the internet rather than focusing on these little, minute, 1% of people might come across these kind of malware or virusy search engines. When we have billions of people every day using Google and they sign into their account, they think they're safe because Google is a reputable search engine, but that's not the case. Google is collecting as much information, if not more, because you have this account with them, because they have Google Analytics tracking on, 75% of the top websites on the internet. So I just think people need to beware of what's going on when they use something like Google, because just the way that, other search engines are put down because of how they collect your information or selling your information, Google's doing the same thing. They're collecting as much information about you as possible so that they can use Google ads on other sites you visit to target you based on your interests and based on your search activity on Google, based on your email activity on Gmail, based on a number of different things. Google targets you based on hundreds of different data points. So I would just warn you that if you're using Google, you're kind of playing into the same threats that a malware search engine would do. So I just want to warn you, if you're worried about this, switch to something like DuckDuckGo. Switch to something like StartPage that doesn't track you, that doesn't care whether you search for liberal news sources or conservative news sources, or doesn't also run your email account so that it can know everything you're talking about in your emails. So just wanted to give you guys a little thing that came up on my mind, and I wanted to share that with you to, just think twice about Google and the other providers that you're using, and look for private alternatives if that's something that actually matters to you. So thanks for watching today. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to help me spread my message of privacy across the internet. So stay tuned for more videos later this week, and talk to you soon.